And let's begin. We got Exile, Hellhorned, Regular, Awoken, Rage Talos, Rage Fell, and Patient Seraph. Fine. And we got Fledgling Imp Restoration Detonation and Imp in a Box. There's two things I want to mention as well. Someone pointed this out in a YouTube video today. I think it was the Monster Train video. They've noticed some white noise in my like when I'm talking. I don't know if you guys can also hear this white noise. I noticed it when I listened to a recording test from today though. Very strange. I don't know why that's happening. And also it's a cool night, so the windows are open, so you have the nice cricket ambience of going ee. It's a little bit, I don't know what it is. It's probably just the mic itself if I were to take a guess. Ashes of the Fallen. Seems good. Doken, what's going on? Cricket ambience makes you rope. That's unfortunate. Unlucky. So I can't help but notice we don't have Imp Sacrifice here. I maybe want to just go all the way on Rally and see how it goes. Yeah, the mic has a basic noise gate on it so that if I'm not talking you won't hear constant ambience at least. Spikes 3. You have 10 health, wow. Preparing for your leg day? Hell yeah. Watching me carry this run? We'll see about that part. We'll see. We are rather weak, I would imagine, here. Secret strat for melting Umbra with Burnout Candle. Click the gear in the top right and hit Abandon Run. That's correct. It's the best way to go about it, I find. Just give up. I don't really know what I'm doing here. I have 3 more imps coming. I don't really like this at all, but I suppose it's fine. The problem is that I have no way to actually kill my imps, as is often the problem here. And my Shardtail Queen has 10 health. I gotta tell you, 10 health, not enough. I really didn't hit this Fledgling Imp. It is a disaster. It is just an absolute disaster. It is a tragedy. I am going to take a lot of damage for that. Need an important work. Need something. I'll take anything here. Yeah, we're gonna take so much damage here. Holy moly. Missing that Rage Imp is... Do I just die? I take 30 here? Holy fuck. Take 30 because I drew poorly. That's crazy. Impressive. Nosen, you've done it again. I really hate Shardtail Queen. Like, the longer that I play, if you didn't keep up, my very first impressions with the Shardtail Queen, someone complained that I was too negative about her, and they didn't like that I was so bitching incessantly was their exact wording. And now that I've played for a week, I'm gonna tell you, I think I went too easy on the Shardtail Queen in my first impressions. This character is so bad. It actually blows my mind how bad she is. Like Shardtail, but you've only used her once. Had a good setup to remove imps and had a frozen imp. I mean, yeah, you need to be able to remove imps. I think that the big problem is that 2 of her 3 paths feel really bad because if you draw poorly, you just take 30 on the first combat. I think the Awoken new champ is the worst. Nah, that guy's like I think he's top 2. He's really good. I think the only champion I would put higher than him is probably Little Fade. Shardtail or Queen's Impling was a combo of the two. Like her with Torch. It's really... I think that what I would like to see... They need like Burnout 1 on them or something like that. Or like this dies after 1 round. They need... It's just... I don't know what you do here, but having a run where your champion has 10 health and you're supposed to chump block through Relentless just feels really bad. Am I supposed to Thorn Hollow here? I guess so. Make them morsel something, dude. I don't know. Maybe make 2 of her paths consume imps. Like maybe instead of rally, make it consume an imp and gain 10 attack. That could work. It just feels bad. I don't like her. There's not a path that feels good when you... Like I said, right? It's like having the lottery of the Rector lottery. Except it's the Shardtail lottery. Cranberry, you're in space VR. Are you having fun being a space trucker? I don't want any of this. But I don't really want anything here. I guess Endless would have been nice, but I didn't have Welder Helper. Maybe I should have gone left. That was really bad. Consume an imp for 10 attack sounds good, but would overlap with Imperialist too much. I mean... So? I don't really know what else to say there except for so. I can't take this trial. Yeah, Tethys is 1 space and does more damage. I mean, yeah, the problem isn't that Shardtail Queen is 2 space, the problem is that Shardtail Queen is like 5 space. Is how it feels to me. When you don't have a way to clear out imps. That's not what I meant to do. Alright. That's the wrong card. I was busy. It's just every run with Shardtail Queen, like usually I'm playing one of the other 4 champs and I'm like, okay, here's our plan, and then I play Shardtail Queen and I go, okay, I have no plan. I don't like her. I feel like you need Ascend, maybe? Bounty hunting, no trucking. No trucking? So, no trucking? New Slay the Spire series is your reintroduction to the game. Really nice seeing me approach the game from a new perspective, especially since you already really like my content because of that reason. I'm glad you enjoyed it. The new Slay the Spire series is interesting. That game is hard. How the new champs compare to the old champs. Shardtail is weaker. Wendleton's probably stronger, maybe about the same power level. I think the Sentient is pretty strong in 2 paths. Soulguard's weaker. I don't think you can really compare Primordium to Umbra. And then there is no doubt in my mind that Little Fade is stronger than Rector. Roughly. Build her up and then quickly place her or summon a tank in front of her. Yeah, the problem is that if you put a tank in front of her, you only have 1 space. Hidden Passage is the card we need. And now we can maybe win the game. I think Primordium's probably better than Penumbra. Aggressive edible Primordium's better than Penumbra. The other 2 I think are a little more situational. Which would lead me to say that Penumbra is probably better than Primordium. We had Ashes. I mean, we still do have Ashes. There are 4 different aspects to the new champs as well. It's 3, but yeah, they all have 3 paths. Focus growth seems like a good idea, but we have Restoration Detonation for what this card's doing. I'll take Sting. Yeah, 3. No worries. They all have 3 paths. If they had 2 paths, I think the champions would become significantly stronger. There's really no pyre health here. That is so sad. Alright. At least it's Rage Talus. By the way, I do my runs in here and Inspire. You like hearing the thought process and where to go. You haven't found any other Slay the Spire players that hit that spot. I figured that most of them would, but also at this point, if you've been playing Slay the Spire for a very long time, you've probably burned out on it. And you're probably hitting that, like, I don't want to talk about it wall. Okay. Build her on her own lane, then top her off with some sort of movement. Yeah. I think that this rally in particular probably feels better if you have a movement card built in. Or like, maybe, I guess the most elegant way you could change it, and this is definitely not something they're going to do, but if you gave Shardtail Queen an extra card text that was like, they'd probably have to change the code for this and everything, but if you built in a movement effect, so it was like, you can choose to move this champion once in a combat, I think she would get a lot better as well, because the imps can chump block for her through the early to mid game, and then you hit that late game, or like, not the early to mid game, the imps can chump block for her through the regular combat, and then you'll have the boss spawn and you'll get 2 rounds, and she does not a lot. Armor can help her as well. It's a good point. In the early game, there's only 1 armor card you can reasonably expect to see. I guess 2, counting Welder Helper. Really, the other way is just give her an endless Welder Helper. Or, I don't know, make her base health not 10. There's a lot of things they could do here. I will be interested to see if they just let her go like this. 1/4 endless frontliner that can join her 4 on Relentless. You can't miss imp removal when you need it. It's just weird, I think. Ultimately, my takeaway for this character is she's just weird. I honestly think that we can theorize a bunch of elegant solutions, but they could also just up her numbers by like 10/10 across the board, and she probably becomes better as well. That's up to the devs to figure out what they want to do with her, though. You kind of just figure out where you're going with this one and work it out is what I would say. IQRS, what's going on? How's it going today? Give her the Paraffin Enforcer treatment? Yeah, but like, unlike Paraffin Enforcer, I think she would actually be a useful character. Like, honestly, just buffing her HP is fine, right? I understand why they can't, because if they give Rally high HP, she becomes problematic for other reasons. However, look at this hand. I don't know. It's hard to figure out what the correct choice is to balance a character like this. She's not the most obvious to balance. Because if you air, I prefer how Soulguard was to how she is, where Soulguard started out and Soulguard was kind of busted, right? Like, playing Frostbite Soulguard was insane. I would rather start out with a character that's very strong and then have them walk it back into an acceptable range instead of like they did with Soulguard, right? Soulguard started out very, very strong, and then they walked Soulguard back to an acceptable power level on his overpowered paths. Shardtail Queen feels like they need to do the opposite, but they're very stingy with the buffs, I find, and very aggressive with the nerfs. If I don't hit Hidden Passage, it's really sad. Sick Paraffin Enforcer on the other day without Little Fade. You can make Paraffin Enforcer work without her. Excellent. If you have, oh, we just win. I guess one of the other ideas here is just giving her Welder Helpers is supposed to be enough. I don't know. Because she does, with this setup, she gets up to 80 here, which is a lot, for sure. It's a lot, but the fact that you need space to do it is a little difficult to swing, I find. Still laugh about the Shadow Siege nerf? Yeah. I mean, it's not that you didn't use Shadow Siege since the nerf, it's more like Shadow Siege has become unusable on an average run. What run are you picking? Because I talked about this a lot when Shadow Siege and Gauge were very strong, when they had that super high win rate that caused them to get nerfed. The problem with those cards, the problem is that now that they've been nerfed, you have to leap on one or the other, Volatile Gauge or Shadow Siege, and they're both relatively uncommon to find. Shadow Siege is a rare card, Snecko Gauge is a relic, that there's no guarantee that you end up finding it, which means that you might just end up picking something that otherwise kills your run, right? When they do the Shadow Siege, in Wild Mutations they made Shadow Siege one size larger. Doesn't sound like much, but it makes him so hard to actually play. Common line is Permafrost, Perils of Production takes space at Daedalus. Yeah. But you're putting Perils of Production in your deck and permafrosting it. And then yeah, it's just, it's not good. Like that's, you can do that. You can pick up Perils of Production, and then if you don't hit him, then you just have a Perils of Production, which is admittedly only a 1 card cost for the potential playing of Shadow Siege. However, is it worth it? No, because like you're better off just doing something that doesn't suck. You have to tailor your whole run around him, and then you also have to answer the questions anyway, because all he does is sit in your deck until you finally get to play him the second time you draw him, which sucks. I'm going to pick draw here. Actually, I was considering taking space. I think I will take space, actually. More space equals more imps played. No, they didn't up his cost. I think he was always 6. They just made him size +1. There's a very narrow set of circumstances where you can play him. It's just not worth it anymore. Go right. I need a holdover here. Sick. Second cycle sucks even more when you take space from Daedalus. Yeah, I had a run on YouTube not too long ago. There was a run where I played Consumer of Crowns, who suffers from a similar problem of you can't play him cycle 1, but you can play him cycle 2. But what ended up happening in that run was I just had everything else answered except for bosses, so I didn't care about playing him cycle 1. I had a Hornbreaker Prince handling heavies or something like that. I don't remember exactly what it was. I think it was a Rage Prince. I had a Rage Prince or something like that. And then backline was handled through a spell. And so I would just play imps on a floor on their own where they wouldn't get touched. And then when the boss would go relentless, I would have enough imps out that Consumer of Crowns would be playable cycle 2 behind the Revenge Prince to clean up the boss where we would otherwise have trouble. However, it's weird. Like, it's really weird. It's only in certain niches, and that's only, like, it's not a very different thing, except for you can take draw in that circumstance, where you can't take draw with the Shadow Siege, and if your deck is too big, you might just never see him. It's just strange. I think that a card like Shadow Siege is rare, and as a rare, you already had to accommodate him a lot. I just held over. I'm gonna go this way. You already had to do a lot of accommodating, so having to accommodate him to win you the game is how a rare card feels like it should work out, right? Now it's just a waste of a draft. I wish that they designed with the idea that seeing a rare card should feel good always, right? Maybe not always, but like in the correct situations, I guess. Because like it's not always good to see Transcendent. However, I would like it if not every, but a lot of the rare cards would just win you the game. Like, And honestly, if it were up to me, I think that I would take... I think the best example of this would be... What's his name? The guy who harvests souls. You know, what's the guy who harvests souls? Devourer of Death. I would probably just slap a 0 onto his soul cash-in, so instead of doing 15 damage per soul, he does 150 damage per soul. Because as it sits, when do you ever pick that card? In very strange niches, I used him as an infinite finisher once. Blazefire has awful rares? Yeah, it does. Spikes 4. I have 40 health. I don't need it. We watched that infinite run today. It was something. And outright win the game, at least feel consistently powerful or fun. Yeah, exactly. It doesn't necessarily have to win the game. But when you see it, your first thought shouldn't be, oh no. Maybe I don't need this. I Devour with Double Remnant with 30 soul, it did like 400 damage. Yeah, it just feels underwhelming. There's arguments to be made for... Yo, holdover impressive sucks. Wait a minute. Requires to be less niche and more usable in the early game so they aren't dead weight. Not really that. I want rare cards... I think that there are some good examples of rare cards in this game for sure. There's a lot of really cool rares, right? I think Bounty Stalker, even though I have said on many occasions I do not like Bounty Stalker, I will still allow you this fact. He's cool. Devour's a wacky backline plan that can help harvest if you plan around it. I don't see a world where you can plan around not killing Seraph by 500 damage and having that be your win condition. I don't see it. Personally, I don't see it. Maybe you can do it. It's just weird, right? Yeah, Overgorge is rare. Overgorge is a good example as well. Because you can plan around him and have you win a run. He's cool. Rare cards as enablers and not win conditions, so you don't have players trying to force them and sabotaging your own fun. No, this is definitely a good point to be made. Is that yeah, you got to protect the player from themselves. As another very fair and reasonable point to be made. I think that you're not wrong for sure. It's just this is the problem, right? Game balance, dude, is fucking hard. It's very hard to say what is the exact correct thing to do. I just use Devourer of Death as an example because I think that's a rare. Like when I think of underwhelming rares in this game, I think of that, and I think of like Vine Mother, probably. Spike of the Hellhorned? Spike of the Hellhorned. The rail spikes I think are honestly, I think all of the rail spikes are fine. The rail spikes are not cards that you look at and go, I guess all of the rail spikes except for meltings. The rail spikes are just cards you use when you have crazy energy generation and you need something to dump. No, not the melting spike, because that one just kind of sucks. It's not something where you dump a bunch of energy into it and get a cool effect. It's one where you dump a bunch of energy into it and then kill your own floor. Although it has its niches. Let me talk about these cards. March of Shields is okay. I'm going towards regen, but I'm not. I'm not going towards regen. Vine Mother seems a bit cooler with Wendleton. Why does Vine Mother seem cooler with Wendleton? I'll take Impish Scholar. 2-space tank that he fits behind and gives stings. He doesn't need a tank. He is the tank in Thornlord, and then in Quick, you should just wipe the floor before it hits him. And then the other one maybe needs a tank, I don't know. He's usually a tank, though, in my runs, I find. Bramble Lash? I guess I'll take Bramble Lash. I don't like this run very much. I really, I think that this run has conflicting goals here. And I'm not going to end up hitting either of them. Also, we're playing imps into Seraph the Patient, which means that like 1 in 3 rounds I just skip my entire turn basically, or I scale Seraph the Patient out of control. Either option is pretty bad. Guess for a guard feels like a strong card design. I think that's a good rare card as well. They nerfed it, so it's maybe a little less strong now, but I don't know, I don't take it as much since they took it up to 3 energy. And the Tome event for Stygian Tome? I mean, we kind of need to. I guess I'm just gonna go all the way on the imp plan here. Maybe it's a sacrificial resurrection. There was a time where I was taking those cards a lot, but nowadays I tend to find myself just kinda... I don't know, I'm aiming instead to just purge my deck down so I don't need to thin it. Dark deal. Nah. I mean, I guess it kills imps. Nah. The thing about the imp killing plan is it kind of went out the window when I didn't pick up a 2-space tank. I could have picked Rail Beater, I guess. I don't know. Maybe you do need to have some dead rares? I'm not sure. Not gonna take Heaven's Seal here because I don't feel like losing the run. I gotta tell you, I think that I kind of gauge the champions on... Like there's just like this feeling I have deep down inside, and when I queue up a run of Hellhorned and pick Shardtail Queen, let me put it like this, right? When I queue up a run of Little Fade, I feel like, oh boy, this is gonna be a fun one. I can't wait to play Little Fade. When I queue up a run of this champion, I just feel dread. That's what the problem is. I feel a deep sense of dread when I play this character. I'm sacrificing the Collector here for a better combat. Melting Spike was funny to use on a 4 with Paraffin Enforcer. No, yeah, Melting Spike does well with Paraffin Enforcer. The problem is that Paraffin Enforcer is bad, I think. Yeah, this hand isn't good. 3, 6, 7, 8. Hang on, I gotta check something in the settings real quick. Okay. Looks like there is still not a hotkeys option here. Unfortunate. One day they're gonna put in this fucking hotkeys option and I'm gonna get very excited. Yeah, oops, all imps. Meep. Oh, I did fuck this up. Oh well. I was supposed to only play one of the fledgling imps, my bad. Yeah, that was a misplay. Imp misplay. Got to check the box for streamer RNG. Think I'll try any other challenges on stream? Probably not. I played some of the expert challenges, and then I stopped playing the expert challenges because I did not enjoy them very much. They're not really fun, they just kind of feel annoying. Love it when you call me Imp Papa. what is it? It's put your hands in the air if you're a true player. Except he says it with an accent that makes that line actually rhyme and make sense. Does like a little aya, playa sort of rhyme. I guess. So do the Slay the Spire dailies. Some are fun and some are so boring. I did the dailies for a while. I had a similar experience. I enjoyed some of them, and I did not enjoy others. It is an interesting game to play the dailies for. Is this what what I'm actually supposed to do with this champion is just get Welder Helper and then make her my tank anyway? I don't know, man. I guess I complain, and yet the secret strategy was always to just go imp. Yeah. So, 3 options again. Sacrifice imps for energy and draw is very good. Impish Scholar is also very good. There's an infinite here. I've walked through how you do this a lot of times. I'm gonna pick important work. I don't like any of this. You're banned from Hell Rush and dailies? What the hell, dude? Why? I have no idea why, I guess. That's weird. Alphonse, what's going on? The Discord and asked and never got any useful response. Huh. I wonder how many people, like how many people are there at Shiny Shoe actually developing this game? Is it 2? I think it's 2, right? I know there's Mark, and I think I don't know any of the other ones actually, come to think of it. How many people are working on this game? It's 10? Oh. Five or 6? Right on. I'm gonna freeze the hidden passage. It's a very good idea. Right now it doesn't matter, but it will be better. Play Hell Rush in the daily on the test server? Huh. That is strange. I think Bramble-Ash, it's fine this way. You're banned. You got banned from playing challenges in a single player card game. There's no, like, it just can't be. The fucking, people have dailies where they cheat every day. Very clearly. Why would you get banned unless you were a cheater? Care about dailies in Hell Rush that much? You're not missing much. There are 14. Wow. Never tried Hell Rush. It doesn't seem fun. I did not have a great time with Hell Rush, is what I will say. The idea is cool, and I've considered doing Hell Rush with viewers because it seems like it might be fun. I got a Transcend Imp out of my Imp in the box. So the real secret here is just get Transcend Imp. If you're wondering, if you're struggling with this champ, I'm just gonna I'm gonna give it to you straight here. Just get Transcend Imp. Stop being so bad at the game and just get Transcend Imp. That's all. All you gotta do. He also has 81 health, apparently. Fuck him up, buddy. Endless Transcend Imp, yeah. Turns out it doesn't matter what your champ does if you have Endless Transcend Imp. As a matter of fact, it doesn't matter which champ you have if you just have Transcend Imp doing all of the heavy lifting. Hot tip. Be better at the game. I walk away from every single one of these runs and I just go, what did I learn here? Nothing, nothing. And I just move on. And I go, at least I don't have to play that anymore today. If we could unleash the Wildwood, this guy becomes pretty large. Nothing goes past this floor. Game balance team is 2 people. Is that number that you gave perhaps the number of people, in counting the people who work at Good Shepherd, the guys who are publishing this game as well? Because that may be the secret sauce here that we're missing. Unsure. 2 to 3 are artists. Ah. That seemed good. Okay, interesting. 1 on music. Dude, the music in this game is pretty clean. I gotta give it up. For the most part, I'm pretty happy with this game, and the music in this game is pretty sick. Other Transcendents have so much max HP. We have double summon triggers, and we have a Thorned Hollow. Will this imp kill Seraph? Yeah. Yeah, I don't actually have to play it. That's a chunky imp? No, no, no. This is a chunky imp. Go get him, Big Chungus. Now here's a great run for a Rail Spike. I haven't even thrown a heal at this guy. Oh lord, he chonkin'. Everyone please look out, he is chonkin'. Beware, he is chonkin'. I have no more imps. I have run out of imps today. What does this mean? I have no idea. Good Shepherd might be behind game balance and lore. I think the dev streams are with Shiny Shoe guys. I don't know. Doesn't really matter that much, I guess. I saw that Good Shepherd's helping the Subnautica Below Zero guys port Subnautica Below Zero to the Switch, which I thought was kind of interesting. Dagon, hello. Oh, also Bamorsha, hello. Dagon, I hate to tell you that many people decided to use their peepos to leave at the beginning of the stream instead of peepo arrive. I regret to have to be the bearer of bad news, Dagon. Many peepo. It's extremely unfortunate. I would not point any fingers at who would peepo leave in a time of peepo arrive. Oh, Dagon, hello. Nice peepo arrive. I'm gonna pick this card because it says X and there was a point in this combat where I had 16 energy. Also forgot to say hello to Inu. Inu just claimed the first and then didn't say anything. We can say hello to Inu when Inu actually shows himself. Inu cheated? Did Inu cheat? Mr. Pickle accused Inu of having a beef bot. A bot made out of beef that claimed first. How many first did you claim yesterday? I don't know. How many times did the stream go down? The path here is probably just to the right. And this seems fine. Not sure if I'm supposed to hold over Imp Port and work. I guess not. Yeah, feel free to pet the Peepo as well. It has been a while since the Peepo was pet. That is rally plus 25. Wow. That's 10, 15, 25. What a strange increase. Heaven Seal. It's like scary and then not scary. It's like scary for a little bit and then we just get to 1,000,000 attack and it's no longer scary. Pet the hippo. And 1 artifact on floor 7. Yeah. Is Thorn Hollow even useful anymore? I guess it's nice to have him for the summon trigger. Huh. I guess he catches the collector. Oh, if we saw 1 Pyre Chomper here, this turn went kinda crazy. This turn is still pretty crazy, but if we saw a single Pyre Chomper here, oh my. Oh my. That's okay. I'm not sure it matters, to be honest with you. In here? What is in here? We have... like, half of this deck is really worthless, and then half of it is, like, incredible. Imagine not having fun playing this broken champ. Yeah. Haha, it's the champ that's doing all the work here. Haha. Loss reduction on imps would carry this. It would be nice. It would be interesting. Imp-tristing if you are so inclined. I don't think I care about that guy taking damage. Imagine the same run with Rage Prince? Oh man. Yeah. Imagine. I wish I'd have Torch then. It's okay. I mean, this is fine. It turns out that imp runs are good, I guess. Can't imagine all these different things at once. Can you imagine yourself imagining this run with Rage Prince for me? I mean, I guess the rally is kind of nice. She has gone up to 210 attack. I think that the takeaway from this run for me is that I can complain all I want about how this champ has a low health pool, but just get Welder Helper. So after much research with this champion, I think I have come to a conclusion. Gentlemen, gather round. I will now share my findings with you. Prepare yourselves. I am going to breach new territory. Are you ready? Welder Helper is a good card. Gentlemen, I've cracked the case. It turns out Welder Helper is good. Dukar, thank you for the Twitch Prime subscription. I appreciate the support. Just like Welder Helper appreciates the recognition. Oh no. Welder Helper is good. And then if you double Welder Helper's effect, it's really good. Oh, wait a minute. I think we've cracked this bad boy wide open. Welder number 1 in your heart. The best boy. Everyone, don't forget, now that Inu has arrived, you may say hello to Inu. Hello, Inu. I mean, do I need it? Sure. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Maybe against Patient Seraph I'm going to find myself in times of trouble? I don't know. I do not know. I mean, Thorned Hollow isn't really doing anything on this run anymore. I'm just gonna slap him down here. Get him out. Is that hand violating Peepo? He's petting the Peepo. Come on. It's Pettis of Peepus. Oh, there's a Pyre Chomper in the mix, gentlemen. We have Chungus. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a Chungus. I'm going to play 1 Rage Imp to save that 20 health there. And then we can also do this. Sure. And then get him out of here. When you call me Big Chungus. You think the Notorious B.I.G. saw that episode of Looney Tunes with Big Chungus at some point in his life? I wonder. Seraph is so dumb. I think the Seraph at Rally 2 and 15 attack was really cool, and the Incant 1. I think that he was fine, and now I think that he's just kind of obnoxious. It's like I've talked about it a lot, right? I don't like this guy that much now. I thought he was cool for a while, no longer. I'm gonna sack this imp, because we're actually gonna leave this floor. I don't have enough room here. And if I have this floor left like this, I can kind of bait Seraph here. I also might just kill here. I don't know. Rally 3 is quite a lot. There was definitely a period of time where I really liked him, and now I think that he's just kinda whatever now to me. I will incant this floor 1 time. But there was definitely a period of time where I would have gone to bat for this Seraph as being a very cool and interestingly designed opponent. Oh well. No, my imp 4. Seraph, you bastard. How could you? Huh. Huh. I'm gonna draw... I've tested this before. I'm just gonna draw 10 cards here and have their cost reduced. That seems good. Yeah, I played that. You remember that Uno meme? It's like, do something or draw the whole deck. I did the draw the whole deck option from that meme. You guys remember that one? I liked that one for a while. I hit the Glimmer, which is pretty sick. It does not reduce the top 5 cards. No, it doesn't affect them. Do not want to play this. I want to play this. Let me put you here. Why do some cards work like that, but others do not? This is a tough question to answer. I accidentally put this guy in front, so I guess he's just gonna tank now. I'll probably just send him away. Oh, I got Rail Spike back. Oh no. Oh dear. Do it again. Alright, boys. I guess this is an infinite? No, I don't have enough, I don't have enough space for this, I don't think. I don't think this is an infinite. I don't have the space. Actually, the real thing is I don't have enough sacrifice cards for this. Yeah, I think I will give Seraph one more. I'm just gonna draw 28 real quick. Hope you don't mind. Alright, get him out of here. I need to... Did I hit the impressive? No. What's in here? Queen's Impling? What a fucking mess. I need to put these imps in front, I think. Oh no. No! No! I have rights. You can't do this to me. I only have space for one more imp. What a turn. Hey guys, I think that the new Shardtail Queen's pretty broken. I think that, I think the part where she, gave herself 144 rage and 240 armor is really strong. Wow, Shardtail Queen. Really strong. Yeah, all this after saying Shardtail sucks, right? Why would I spout some nonsense like Shardtail Queen sucks after having a turn like that? I don't understand. Why is this streamer so wrong? All the time, he just say wrong word. I need 2 space on this floor. Maybe I shouldn't be up here. I don't think it matters too much. Yeah, sorry, it does how much damage here? Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, I guess I will, guess I'll do this. Yeah, 45 energy, huh? That's kinda odd. Wonder how that happened. Huh. I killed that whole floor without... Killed that whole floor without going into combat. 7 switch. How's it going? Terribly, I think? I think it's going really poorly. Oh, you know what I should do for space? I should do that. That buys me a lot of space. 1400 damage to Seraph here, huh? Don't want to kill that guy. I guess I press enter in here. Alright. How much HP does that imp have? I think he has 86. 81. My mistake. Here we go again. Oh boy. Oh boy. Here we go to have another normal turn, I guess. Is it gonna be a normal turn? No. It's not gonna be a normal turn. We're gonna have another one of these turns. Is 45 energy the cap? No. Yeah, completely normal fine run here. I guess I should play Imp in a box there. Losing bottom 4 space is sad. I need to get this card out of my hand first. This is just a run of, like, at this point, I think we won. It's kind of hard to say, but I think we won. You guys tell me, what do you think? Did we win? Hard to say. Close, I agree. Looks a little close here. Anyone's game, for sure. I'm done. I'm done. Shardtail Queen is really strong. Wow. Who would have thought that the Shardtail Queen was strong like this? I certainly wouldn't have. What's her base damage? 10. Yeah, it turns out that if you start with Imp in a box and you duplicate it twice and see Transcend Imp and Endless it and see 2 Imp sacrifice cards, you win. What was it without the rage? Oh god. I don't know. I played a lot of imps. It was probably pretty high.